Hi, my name's Marianne, and I'm visiting Kauai, and I'm going to be asking John, who's been interviewing many people over these weeks here, about what his process was, what his experiment was like as a projector. So, hi John! Yeah. Do you enjoy being a projector?
I enjoy being myself.
Good answer.
Yeah, I mean, when I first understood what a projector was, my mind had a big problem with that. You know, that I wasn't really here for myself, that I was here for the other. My mind tried to make that into the pain, into a pain body, in a sense, until I really understood what that meant.
Yeah. Because in the beginning, your mind just hears this stuff, and then it does what it does with it.
Yeah, it was a shock. It was a shock after thinking of myself as someone that went out there and got things in the world, and someone that had actually even gotten some things in the world, but certainly no peace, no happiness. So, do I love it now? I love being me. Now. I totally love it.
So maybe it's a better question would be, did discovering you were a projector and living out the strategy of a projector help you to love being you?
Yeah, that's the good question.
I think that is.
Because now I've discovered this way of being that's not accessible from the mind, that's allowed me to completely embrace this intelligent awareness that runs through my entire body, because I'm a splenic projector. It's as if I've awoken into a dream in my life. Like I could never have dreamed that this life could be so cool. I mean, that's what I'm trying to get. Yeah, it's like, whoa! Does anybody see this? I'm flying through space. Here's my lightsaber. I mean, this is not the mundane. I mean, it is mundane, yet it's magical mundane.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So that's
And what kind of pitfalls were there as a projector?
All of them. I mean, we all struggle with the mind, and the mind telling us what to do, and the conditioning of the world telling us to go get it, and having an open ego, wanting this big need to be successful in the world, and then realizing that I was working in these environments where I would do what those other guys were doing, but my results were never quite the same. And I knew I wasn't dumber than them. I could sense that there wasn't the intelligence, but I could never figure out why is it that what I was doing, I'm not saying they were happy either, but I wasn't...
They look more successful.
Right, I was working twice as hard for half the results.
Good projector.
I was doing more, getting less, and I could never quite figure that one out. That was an interesting thing to discover.
Yeah. How did you meet human design? And when did you meet human design?
I was on a surf trip in El Salvador with a good friend who was a manifester, and I don't even know if he knew what human design was, even the name, but my friend does this stuff that you really need to check out. And I joke with him to this day because he doesn't, last time we spoke, he still hadn't completely embraced what it means to be a manifester. And I'm going, Mark, it was that you understand that you informed me of something because it was correct for you to impact me with this information that changed my trajectory completely from, my spleen just lit up. My whole body just sang when I said it because it was so true.
And how long ago was that?
It's got to be somewhere between 5 and 6 years, probably closer to 6 now, I'm not exactly sure.
And then what did you do?
Well, I had a really amazing human design teacher, and when he did my reading, I only heard 2 things. You have nothing to prove, which was a big, which was a really big thing for me to hear, and then he said, John, you know, your mind is so noisy that unless you can learn to be present, you're never going to be able to really understand your body's consciousness because it's very subtle. You know, I spent some time in Mexico in a tent, and then I moved to Hawaii and basically walked away from everything. It doesn't feel like there was any choice with that. It just kind of seemed you know, it's just what happened.
Yeah. Often with projectors and also with reflectors, because they're non-energy types and they've been taking in so much all this time. You know, I say to them, if you can get away, take a vacation alone, leave all the people, even if it's for a week, go feel what it's like to just be you. It feels like that's what you ended up doing without even knowing that.
Right,
You just ended up doing that, and that helped you too.
Totally, yeah. I mean, it was amazing. Once I finally got myself for a period of time, because, you know, I lived in the modern world and I didn't know not to sleep with someone. I didn't know that everywhere I went, that, you know, I mean, no
Not to sleep with someone, what are you crazy?
Yeah, right. I mean, I didn't know these things.
What about sex? What about love?
Yeah, right. But I would wake up exhausted.
Yeah.
You know, emotional manifestor or emotional generator girlfriend. And I mean, I remember waking up with all of this exhausted and going, wow, I didn't sleep very well.
All night.
What happened? And once I got my own aura, you know, once I really got it. And what's funny, Marianne, is I remember the very first day I was just beginning to discover the sacral. And I remember I looked over at my girlfriend at the time and I go, do you want to go to the beach? And she goes, her body went, and she goes, yeah, I'd love to. And it was almost like I saw this poltergeist. But I had never been sensitive enough to the energy field of the being to see that before. And it's I say see, but it's more of a sense. It's a smell, taste, somewhere in there. When it's sacral, you can really, now I can really feel it. It's like, it's the only thing I'm listening to, but.
Is it like a vibration you feel?
It's,
I know frequency.
Frequency, yeah, vibration, it's an opening or a retreating. It feels like this or this.
And that's the sacral.
The sacral.
The diaphragm.
Right.
It's open or close, open or close, open or close. And that's what you feel, open or close.
Right. And then I feel like an echo in my body, a little bit, an echo sometimes.
Yeah, because it would be magnified.
Yeah. And now it's all, I mean, now it's, you know, obviously open sacral is what I'm fascinated with. I love the sacral. I love to just watch, see.